Pop Culture Pastor.
All right, Cody, we're back.
Finally.
We're we're back because people need to watch things, and they need a podcast to go along with it, a supplemental podcast.
We're going through Harry Potter.
We are not going through Harry Potter, but it's a good idea. We should hold on to that because I don't know that I've seen all of those movies all the way through. The early ones, especially. I don't know that I've seen all those, but I know I've definitely seen the last three or so.
So you know how it ends.
I do. And I'm like, why is this dude always go anyways? The meme with the villains. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Where Voldemort's like, I almost killed a kid 7 times. that was pretty funny. But yeah, no, we are not watching Harry Potter. We are here to discuss what is next for watch-alongs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because we just got done. No Windows 95. We don't need your help. Because we just got done with Ted Lasso. And Ted Lasso is such a fun show to do a watch-along to. The episodes were usually, there's a lot of deep things to talk about. It was pretty rich. And that was fun. And we just need to kind of go through the things here of why we're not going that direction. Now, I know everyone thinks we need to watch along. Not everyone. I mean, the problem is we kind of threw the question out there to the listeners, and they're pretty evenly divided.
Oh, you silly gooses.
They're pretty evenly divided. There was a large chunk of listeners that wanted Secret Invasion because we're geeks. We get that. Let me tell you my problems with Secret Invasion.
Oh.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Number one is I'm in this place with Marvel where I'm just kind of like my only reaction to things and before going into things is, oh gosh, please don't suck. That's kind of where I'm at with Marvel. And honestly, I don't know that it's going to be super interesting for me to get in front of a microphone and every episode be like, oh, hey, that didn't suck. Yay. Or, oh, that sucked. Or to put it more accurately, it was mid. A lot of our geek stuff is going through a mid phase right now.
Bring back She-Hulk.
Oh, no, that's where the problem started. Look, at least we're far removed from She-Hulk now. Now I can look back and kind of give it a fair shake because in the moment I did not want to give it a fair shake.
I thought that She-Hulk lived up to the comics.
Well, yeah, in a way. I will say they tried to do something different, which I will give them credit for. I don't know that it works real well, but as a TV show. But they tried to do something new for comic book stuff, and I'm okay with it existing. If that makes you feel better.
Bound to get a She-Hulk tattoo.
But it was totally mid. Are we agreed upon that?
It's okay.
Yeah, it is mid. It's okay. All right. But that's bad Marvel.
According to people that have watched the Marvel TV series, that is where Marvel is all the time.
Well, Cody is not here for nothing. And if nothing else, he's a great segue artist.
I am.
And that is the reason we are not going to do a watch along to Secret Invasion because the MCU shows, I mean, since the first couple, like you have WandaVision and you have Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where they used characters from the movies. And since then, we've kind of gotten away from that. There have been none of the characters from the movies. It's all these new characters, and that's all well and good. But I believe Marvel's kind of dropped the ball on what we are interested in, what makes a good event show. So, like, take Moon Knight. Like, look, I loved the show Moon Knight. It was weird,
It was.
but it evoked emotion from me. I dig the character, but here's the problem. Moon Knight has had several comic book runs. They all end because nobody buys them.
Thanks a lot, people.
So two things can be true. Moon Knight can be an incredibly cool character. We all think he's cool. But also we're not really into the stories that you're telling about him. And we're not interested. And so Moon Knight might just be you've told the origin, now he's a supplementary character. He pops up occasionally, right?
I think Moon Knight would be successful if Moon Knight was in the other brand.
Maybe.
Because I feel like the mystique and mysteriousness and the darkness around Moon Knight fits well with a lot of DC.
Yeah. He's sort of a more mentally damaged Batman in a lot of ways.
With some cool powers.
Yeah. The powers thing are completely different. Anyways, what I'm saying is the Disney Plus shows have been pretty mid for a while. And so here comes Secret Invasion. Everybody wants us to do a watch along to Secret Invasion. I keep saying everybody, not everybody.
Not everyone.
A lot of you want us to do a watch along to Secret Invasion. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, please don't suck. Please don't suck. And that's not really a good place to do a show. I need to be excited about a show.
Get off Dave's lawn, Secret Invasion.
And so what this does is, one, it reserves it for the big pod.
Yeah.
So we can save, if we don't do a watch along on it, we can save it. And if it's something we want to talk about later on, like in the past, we've done kind of like a midway through the season pod. And then after the season pod, after it's all out, this is only 6 episodes. So I imagine we would just do a full pod after it's all out. If we wanted to, if it was something worth talking about.
If it wasn't, you'll hear me bash it every step and turn I can.
And the episode 1's already out.
It is.
And I watched it. And I'm cautiously optimistic. It did enough in the first episode to grab my attention. I'm into the story. I'm the conceit of it. I'm like, okay, I'm in this secret scroll invasion on Earth. I'm hooked, and I know it's not gonna be like the comics. That's fine.
Especially when they tell the director, don't read the comics.
Yeah. Well, that's a discussion for a big pod. Should we ever do it? I got thoughts on that. Thought number 1 is I think this show's in danger of Agents of shielding itself. And I understand you can't get all the movie actors because that's too expensive. Like, I get why you can't use a lot of them, but you need some heroes in this. This can't just be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. humanoids walking around. Humies. Nothing but the humies. And otherwise, it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? That's a whole discussion about the Disney Plus shows, by the way.
It is.
But not a discussion for today. What other TV shows are coming out? There was one we were thinking about doing.
The Bear.
The Bear. A lot of you wanted us to watch along with The Bear. Here's the problem with The Bear. Cody and I haven't seen season 1.
So binge watch.
I just got done with back-to-back weeks of I had camp with my youth. And then I just got back from Dance Nationals in Branson, which, oh my gosh, do we need to do an episode on dance moms? Yikes. But I don't have time. In order to do The Bear, I got to rush and binge season 1 before season 2 starts.
I will say so I had seen a lot of reviews about The Bear since it's come out that people love it. And all our listeners that said, hey, you guys should do The Bear. I will now watch The Bear, but it'll be a slow.
Yeah. I definitely want to watch it, but yeah, samesies.
Like right now, FX seems to have like a lot of good shows. They might be replacing HBO with we have quality and quantity, because What We Do in the Shadows, hilarious.
Yeah.
in which you haven't watched it.
No.
And so you won't get it. And you're Taika'd out, even though Taika's not in it most of the time. He just wrote it and produces it with Jermaine.
I've settled into this rhythm so my wife goes to bed early. And so I do stuff at night. I do stuff for the radio station and keep it running, usually at night when my kids go to bed. And so I watch a show. And right now I'm watching From, which I've missed the last couple episodes.
Oh, I need to watch the one that came out this past weekend.
And right now I'm almost just like, I'm just counting the seconds until From's over. Because it's so it's so wacky now. But I'll be watching a new show, and it'll probably be The Bear. I'll probably go back and start watching The Bear. In other words, season 3 watch along possibility.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you never know. But as for now, we're not caught up enough to do the Bear watch along that you wanted, which leads us to where we're gonna end up. Cody, tell me your thoughts about a show called Justified.
Justified, loosely based on my real life story.
Mm-hmm. He's from the hollers of Kentucky.
I am, and used to be a U.S. Marshal.
Mm-hmm. Those were dark days.
Very dark. But holy cannoli, Justified was an amazing show.
Oh, man.
Timothy Oliphant, amazing. Walton Goggins is in it, and he's brilliant in everything he does. But yes, you get to dive into the heart of Kentucky and what it's like to live in rural Kentucky.
All of it based on a book by series book by Elmore Leonard.
Yes,
the guy that wrote Pulp Fiction, right? Wasn't that it? No. He did a Tarantino movie. They did a Tarantino. Tarantino did a movie that was based on it. Was it
Reservoir Dogs?
No, it was the one that was like where Tarantino tried to make the blaxploitation flick with the lady who was in all those movies back in the 70s. The black lady. What was her name? She was real famous for doing a lot of those blaxploitation flicks.
I don't recall. So we are lost on that one.
Samuel L. Jackson was in it. It was Bridget Fonda. That tells you how long ago it was. I mean, it was a great movie. I loved it. But now I can't remember the name of it because it's been so long. My brain's a little fuzzy. Anyways, he wrote that one. I'm pretty sure.
Be Cool.
He did write that one.
Yeah.
But that's not a Tarantino flick.
I know. That's why I was waiting until we were off Tarantino.
Yeah. It's Monday morning. My brain's not working very well.
Indeed.
My brain doesn't work that well most of the time. Anyways, Justified's great. You already know that we are big Timothy Oliphant honks here on Pop Culture Pass.
Jackie Brown,
that was it. Yes. That was the one. I knew it. What was her name? I keep thinking, what was the lady's name who's in this? She was amazing in that movie.
Let's pull up the cast.
Yeah, pull up the cast for me. We got time.
So
who was the lady who starred in that?
Bridget Fonda.
No. It wasn't. She's barely in it.
Pam Grier.
I knew it was a Pam. Pam Grier. I remember seeing that movie, and Pam Grier was fabulous in that movie.
Otherwise, there's like 5 other ladies.
There's that period where after I'm Gonna Get You Sucker comes out by the Wayans brothers.
Yes.
Where a lot of people went back into those series, that genre of movies that took place back in the 70s that were black-led movies. Think Shaft.
I do.
And they started redoing all those movies, and I think Jackie Brown's like the best one. It's like, hey, what if someone did those shows like they did in the 70s, except you put like the muscle of movie making force of America at that time behind it. And it was just cool to see Pam Grier get to shine in that. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Elmore Leonard.
Yes.
Is the guy that wrote the book. Anyways, Timothy Oliphant is fantastic, and we love Timothy Oliphant.
We do.
He's one of our favorites. And you already mentioned that Walton Goggins, who played Boyd on that show Justified, is just maybe one of the best hero and arch villain couples in a TV show in the past 30 years.
I'll go with that.
Just amazing. Now, my thoughts going into this show, Justified something city. What is it? Justified Primeval. Yeah, it's not. Oh, City Primeval. That's the name of it. It's got a weird name. But my feelings going into Justified City Primeval are, how is Walton Goggins not going to be in this? And is that like, look, I love Timothy Oliphant as much as you, but if Boyd's not in this, I don't know how, if he can carry it by himself.
Well, I got good news for you. Boyd is in it.
He's in the
Boyd
cast list.
Holbrook.
Who's Boyd Holbrook? Is that his last name?
And you might be thinking, who is Boyd Holbrook? Well, let me tell you who Boyd Holbrook is. He's the bad guy from Logan.
Okay.
That guy's in it. He's the bad guy in this.
Okay, but it's not Walton Goggins.
No. The actor whose name is Boyd Holbrook is in this movie.
Okay.
Or this show.
I don't know Boyd Holbrook. You keep saying that name like it's someone I should know.
He's been in like 1,000 things.
Well, then he'll be recognizable.
The Narcos on Netflix, The Predator. He was in Sandman, which you still haven't watched.
Whoa, there was a lot of accusation in that, and I have a problem with that.
And he's probably going to be the best part of that new Indiana Jones movie.
It's probably
Logan.
That's some severe Mad Mickelson slander, but sure.
So he's in a lot of stuff.
All right. Anyways, that's what we're gonna watch. Justified,
I'm excited.
City Primeval, and it doesn't start for a couple more weeks, I think. So this gives you time. If you haven't watched Justified, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a solid, as we used to say in the 80s. Go watch I don't even know where those are, where that is right now. Surely it's on some streaming service.
I imagine because Hulu seems to have all the FX shows.
Yeah. You won't be sorry. Go watch Justified. It's a great show. Great show. I don't even remember how many seasons it was.
Did it get to 7?
I don't know. It was a lot, but you'll have a lot of watching. Watch it with your significant other. If you have one, it'll be a show you both can get into.
/ I honestly, with him being in Detroit and not in Kentucky, I don't know if you'll actually need to pre-watch
Yeah,
the old stuff. I think that you can jump into this.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that they'll make this stand alone and they'll fill you in on anything they need to fill you in on. But I would imagine if you have watched some Justified, they'll have things in there that are for the loyal viewers.
Yes.
So yeah, that's where we're going. Justified Primeval is the watch along we do next. It starts I don't know, sometime in the first few weeks of July. And that will be the show that we watch along to now. And yes, like I said, don't worry. The Bear or, the Marvel show, Secret Invasion, could still be brought up on the big pot. So it doesn't mean we're washing our hands of those things. But, okay. This has been a very short, brief episode of Watch Longs.
By the way, it's July 18th.
July 18th is when Justified City Primeval starts. So this is Pop Culture Pastor, Watch Alongs. You know where we're going. You know what to get prepped for.
And to get a huge jar of chocolate-covered raisins and ready for your snack.
Cody's still weird. So anyways, get to watching. We'll watch along with you soon.